talking about on Invasion Day, on January 26th. The bootlickers call it Australia Day, but for real ones, we call it Invasion Day because that's what it is. And what's going on in Western Australia, in Perth, there was an attempted terror attack where a guy threw a bomb, improvised homemade bomb, and it didn't go off, fortunately, but he threw a bomb into a crowd of 2,500 protesters. But according to Australia's Nazi sympathising media, they simply call it a bomb threat. And, you know, a bomb scare. That's it. If it's a white Nazi doing the terror, it's not a terror attack. It's just a bomb scare, people. But if the person has brown skin, Channel 9 and all the fucking media is quick to call it a terror attack. Do you notice how you're being lied to in these ways? And here's a shot of the Australian.
We need this area clear. This is not a drill. Your safety is paramount to us. That is our primary concern. Please, head back on Forest Chase. We must clear the area.
Fucking Nazi dog. So yeah, that's the fucking Nazi dog getting locked up. And yeah, the police and the West Australian government and the media are refusing to call it a terror attack because the guy's a neo-Nazi. And I asked this question: how many neo-Nazis or sympathizers to the neo-Nazi cause are in the police force? I mean, I'm just putting that out there. But, you know, how many of them are Andrew Tate fans? How many of these police are Nick Fuentes fans? How many of these police are watching Nick Fuentes videos and Sneeko videos? You know, I'm just asking a question. Yeah, so I'm going to do a Freedom of Information Act on them and see what information I can get out of them, any email exchanges. Also, I've contacted Channel 9 Australia and asked them, their media communications guy. And yeah, so I'm going to wait to see what they have to say about that. But I suspect our police forces have a lot of Nazis within them. And the dudes that you see, because the police always protect the Nazis. The authorities always support racism because racism and misogyny is the handmaiden of colonialism. That's what I always say. But while this is going on here in Australia, while we're being lied to, and in America, TikTok is being suppressed.
All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about this. So Axios released an article, exclusive in secret recordings, Ted Cruz trashes Trump and Vance.
Oh, yeah, before he goes on, by the way, this is Secular Talk with Kyle Kluzinski. I hope I got that right. Apologies if I didn't. And he's talking about how TikTok, you can't type the word Epstein into the files.
All right, y'all. So it looks like TikTok is cooked. I'm talking straight up barbecue chicken, quadruple fried, broiled, boiled, everything in between. The stories that we're getting about what's happening with TikTok are just astonishing. So first, let's start with this. TikTok deal is finalized, and the literal next day this happens. Okay, so as you all know, it was a Chinese-owned company previously. It was under Biden. They banned it. They made it so that China can't own it. So they did like a forced sale, and the MAGA Zionist billionaire, Larry Ellison, one of the Ellisons, there's the dad and the son, one of the Ellisons bought it. Literally the day after the deal is finalized. Watch this.
Okay, guys. So yesterday, TikTok was sold to an American company. Today, January 23rd, guess what search spiked up by 1,000%? Reasons to love Israel. Spiked up literally yesterday. This is how much people were searching reasons to love Israel yesterday. Okay? And suddenly, TikTok gets sold yesterday, and immediately there are over 2,000 search insights on reasons to love Israel, and now reasons to love Israel is a trending topic the day after TikTok gets sold.
So heavy-handed, so fucking heavy-handed. But this is what you get when you force the sale to a MAGA Zionist billionaire.
What this tells me is allegedly TikTok in the US is being lobbied by one of these organizations in order to promote reasons to love Israel on the For You page. So for everyone saying that one of the biggest reasons the US wanted to control TikTok was because of this reason right here, allegedly, you are correct.
Yeah, and that's exactly, we talked about it at the time. Why was there so much noise about banning TikTok? That all happened because TikTok became a hub of witnessing the genocide and posting about the genocide. It was a hub of that. And so the billionaire class in the US, the Zionists in the US, looked at that and they were like, yeah, can't have that. That's anti-Semitism. And so we need to ban it or force a sale to a U.S. owner. No, would you look at that? It's a Zionist MAGA billionaire who wound up buying it. And now look where we are. But I'm not done yet because this is going to get way, way worse. Just wait for it.
Like mind-blowing. And the demographic, if you look right here, is ages 18 to 24.
Yeah, 18 to 24-year-olds love to search reasons to love Israel.
The youth. That is the people they want. Viewer insights seeing this and this popping up on their feed. So yeah, I think this should tell us everything we need to know. RIP TikTok.
RIP is just scratching the surface, okay? So look at this one. Keith Olbermann says, breaking. Correct, with no explanations, TikTok US has throttled or frozen individual videos criticizing ICE and simply disabled entire accounts, whether the video pertains to ICE or not. And not even offered spurious explanations or notices. Hashtag TikTok censorship. So here's David Levitt, okay? He said, TikTok has begun censoring anti-Trump and anti-ICE content. And then it is literally the case that you'll see a video that's about not about Trump, not about ICE, and it'll get a decent number of views. The second you post about Trump or ICE, even if you don't show the video of the killing of Alex Preddy, it will get, I'm not kidding, literally no views. None. Zero. None. And so this is also happening with the I've Had It podcast. They have over 1 million followers on TikTok. Instantly, they totally shit the bed. Their videos were getting 0 views. Everything about Trump, everything about ICE, things about Israel, they would just make it so like that stuff is not allowed to be sent around the algorithm. It just doesn't allow it to be sent around the algorithm. So this is incredibly, incredibly fucking heavy-handed. By the way, it's also, ready for this? CNN also. CNN, you know, mainstream media, both sides, false equivalence factory, even they were severely restricted. So there's a lot of like shadow banning going on, certain topics being banned or repressed. You got all these things going on. Why? Because when you have a MAGA Zionist billionaire running the platform, Crystal said it to me the other day. She goes, what they're doing is effectively a catch and kill. It's a catch and kill. So like, yeah, we bought the platform and now we're just going to kill the topics being discussed that we want to fucking censor. Yeah. And then what are you going to say? There's nothing you can say about it. By the way, the takeaway from this, everybody should have the exact same takeaway from this, which is billionaires are the fucking enemy. Why should any one person be able to buy something like TikTok and just destroy it casually? No, when you have billionaires, those people end up having more power than entire fucking governments, right? One person with billions of dollars, that's way too much power and way too much control, and it undermines democracy. It undermines fairness because they could just do things like this and totally get away with it. Now, I'm going to give you an update at the end here because what happened was fascinating because, again, this is so heavy-handed and so extreme that I knew, like, oh, shit, they're going to have to address this because it's so much, so quickly. Nothing about ICE is being shown. Nothing about Trump is being shown. Nothing bad about Israel can be said. But then we also got this, ready? Trump's oligarchs now control TikTok. Look what they've done to the terms of service. Info they are now collecting and sharing. They want your citizenship and immigration status, your religious beliefs, your mental and physical health diagnosis, your race, if you're trans or non-binary, your sexual preferences and orientation. I've been warning you guys that Peter Thiel is trying to keep a blackmail database on all of us through Palantir. You see ICE walking around recording people, and they say, yeah, we have a database. You're now considered a domestic terrorist if you were recording us, right? Now you have TikTok, again, owned by a Zionist MAGA billionaire, and they're collecting all of this data on you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not acceptable. This is not like, oh, they need it for something benign. No, this is very nefarious. This is super fucking nefarious.
And yeah, look, just to interrupt, I absolutely 100% concur with my dark woke nephew here. And, you know, we are being lied to. You need to fucking wake up, people, and stop being fucking sheep and realize, you know, we are being lied to. It's not immigrants. It's not Aboriginal people. Because the other thing that's going on here as well in Australia is suddenly they've started doing it, you know, doing attacks on Aboriginal people and started talking about domestic violence. Even amongst Aboriginal people, even though there's a white guy who murdered his ex and her friend and is on the run at the moment. As we speak, there's a manhunt going on for him. And I can tell you, I bet you he's an Andrew Tate fan. I bet you that he is a Nick Fuentes fan. You know? It's ridiculous. And the fact that Nick Fuentes, a little gay, closeted gay Mexican idiot who seems to like cat boys, is grooming straight men into becoming Nazis and saying that actually sleeping with women is gay. I mean, the fucking logic. And people go, oh yeah, that makes sense. What the fuck is going on? Man, Western society is a fucking joke.
So overnight, liberal and left-wing creators absolutely crushed. Can't criticize Trump, can't criticize ICE, can't criticize Israel. Just the most blatant censorship regime we've ever seen. I mean, this shit makes even other shitty social media platforms appear fucking amazing, right? And then we also have this, how TikTok died and became irrelevant, summarized in 55 seconds. TikTok CEO Adam Presser says users can say that they are a proud Zionist, but using the term Zionist in a negative sense is hate speech, and accounts are being banned for it. What? And this is TikTok's new CEO? Oh my God.
We made a change to designate the use of the term Zionist as a proxy for a protected attribute as hate speech.
Oh my God. They're literally bragging about waging a war on free speech and waging a war on truth. Being a Zionist is being in favor of an ethno-state, which is anti-democracy and anti-secularism. This is so crazy. You're not allowed to be against ethno-states now?
Use Zionist. Of course, you can use it in the sense of you're a proud Zionist. But if you're using it in the context of...
And sorry to interrupt, but and here in Australia, that's exactly what's going on. All our universities have been silenced. Any academics who speak on Israel or politics or on Zionism, they're out. They're gone. We are having a takeover by Zionist, Jewish, white supremacists who want an ethno-state and are trying to genocide the Palestinian people. If you don't agree with that, you're a fucking clown. If you don't agree with that statement, you're a empire bootlicker. And don't think this is all just Israel alone and somehow nefariously Israel controls America. You're a fucking idiot if you believe that. America controls Israel. America is the top dog. America is the empire that rules the world. So, yeah, don't get it twisted. But we have a definite problem. Here in Australia, we have they're fine with Nazis. The only disagreement is if Nazis speak out against Israel. So it's either the new genocide that you support, which is what Zionists do, the genocide that's happening as we speak, or the old school Nazis who support the Holocaust during the Second World War. So that's the only difference. They're all Nazis. Nick Fuentes, the CEO. It's just, the new Holocaust or the old Holocaust.
Degrading somebody, calling somebody a Zionist as a dirty name, then that gets designated as hate speech to be moderated against.
That is so fucking insane. He just said it. He just said the quiet part out loud. You're allowed to say I'm a proud Zionist. You're allowed to say Zionist and mean it in a good way. But if you say Zionist and you oppose an ethno-state, then you're doing hate speech and we're going to ban you. What? And then finally, so TikTok knew they overreached here, and this was way too heavy-handed. So you get this. Variety says, after several celebrities said TikTok was limiting their videos about ICE, the platform responded, blaming the issue on an ongoing power outage at a U.S. data center. Oh, is it? Is that what it is? It's just a coincidence that the Zionist MAGA billionaire got full control and then immediately censored stuff criticizing Trump and ICE in Israel. Is that a coincidence? Since yesterday, we've been working to restore our services following a power outage at a U.S. data center impacting TikTok and other apps we operate. We're working with our data center partner to stabilize our service. We're sorry for this disruption and hope to resolve it soon. Ladies and gentlemen, bring back the Chinese-style censorship. Bring back the Chinese ownership where you could say whatever you wanted and you could talk about Palestine and you could criticize Trump and you could criticize ICE, making China look positively in favor of the Bill of Rights and free speech and the First Amendment and a free press. But no, Trump's oligarchs, the MAGA billionaires, they are the problem. They are the...
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. I mean, if you're giving your data away to China, yeah, they don't give a fuck if I talk about Palestine. They don't give a fuck about me. But if I give my data to Google, somehow that's okay. Even though they're mostly passing it on to security forces in the US and Australian government. So, yeah. We are being lied to, and there's something going on. Authoritarian clampdown. And on that fun note, I'm going to leave it there. And that's the state of the world at the moment. All right, thanks, guys. Stay safe. Shout out to Canada and Mark Carney. And I'll see you in the next one.